Alright, hello and welcome to another Magic Online Society video. My name is BoBoFraggles, and I am recording this on behalf of the Magic Online Society. Before we get into it, I just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Card Hoarder. Card Hoarder sponsors the Magic Online Society, so you can please visit cardhoarder.com for all of your MTGO needs. So, we are playing Golgari Infect, one of my favorite decks of all time. Well, Infect is my favorite archetype, both Legacy and Modern, but I'm actually getting to record some videos with it, so I'm actually really excited. This is the black-green version, made possible by Ignoble Hierarch in Modern Horizons 2. So, before that, black-green was a deck, but just not as good. Wasn't as consistent. So, I'm going to go over my choices here. In the mana base, it's pretty simple. We have 4, 7, we have 8 fetch lands, right? And you need 4 verdants. Absolutely need 4 verdants. And then you can have any other combination of green. So I have 8. You can go up to 9. There is total. You can cut to Orborg, add another fetch. Totally fine. I have 1 Pendelhaven as a utility land, and 2 Nurturing Peatlands as filter draws. Again, the mana just seems to work in this deck so well. And then, of course, we have our 4 Inkmoth Nexus. This is one of our best Infect threats. And that leads us... Oh, and for basics, 2 Forest, 1 Swamp. I don't see that being mandatory. I could see you going 3 Overgrown Tomb, no Swamp. I could see, there is flexibility here. It depends on your play style and your expected meta. But let's get right into the threats then. The threats... This is what makes the black-green so good, is Phyrexian Crusader. Phyrexian Crusader is phenomenal because it has protection from red and white. So in the current Modern Horizons 2 metagame, it has protection from both Subtlety and Fury. So this card is very, very good. Plague Stinger is really good as well. It's a evasive threat. It's a 1/1 Infect for 2 flying. Very good. Glistener Elf is a classic, 1/1 Infect for 1. And then we have Ignoble Hierarch, which gives Exalted and taps for all of our colors. So it allows us to play turn 2 Phyrexian Crusader, allows us to play a Plague Stinger plus a discard spell. It does a lot of good for us. Let's get into the pump package. So my pump package is interesting, and a lot of people don't do this, but I keep the turn 2 Kill-In with Glistener Elf. I keep Scale Up and Might of Old Croza because I feel these are the 2 best removal spells, and I believe this deck is a sorcery speed deck. Right, we do a lot of things at sorcery speed to clear the path, and then we kill. So I keep in Might of Old Croza and Scale Up, but then I have a very large protection package. My protection package is pretty big. We have 9 total spells to protect our threats, 3 of those being Snakeskin Veil, 3 of those being Vines of Vastwood, and 3 of those being Wild Shape. Again, I'm not sold on these numbers. I think that they are good numbers, but they're not definite. Right, so feel free to change this in any way that you want to. This is just what I've chosen to do for this league. And then what makes black also really good is the access to discard spells. So having Inquisition of Kozilek and Thoughtseize is really important. Now I chose to go 3 Inquisition and 2 Thoughtseize because I like 6 slots for black spells, right? And that's any combination of discard and removal depending on the format. I like Inquisition right now because the things that I'm most scared about are 0 through turn 2 plays. Aether Vial, Chalice of the Void. That's what I'm most concerned with, and I want to limit the... And I know you can get that stuff with Thoughtseize, but when you're fetching up a Overgrown Tomb plus Ping Yourself plus Taken 2, 15 versus these red-blue type decks, I'm not a fan of it. So I really like Inquisition right now. I think Inquisition is really good, and I have 5 total removal spells. 5 total discard spells, and then I have 1 Fatal Push main for removal spells. Now, in the sideboard, my sideboard is very strange. I do not have endurances yet, so my graveyard package is this. It's not perfect, but it's what I have. So 2 Grafdigger's Cage, 2 Surgical Extraction. I could totally see switching these out for endurances. Absolutely, completely, and totally probably better to switch these out for endurances. I do like Surgical Extraction a little bit more because it is so early. Same thing with Grafdigger's Cage. I want to get it down early and then focus on my game plan, but I can understand these being endurances. What I would actually like to see with how popular Reanimator is that comes out and Kitchen Finks comes out and adds in 4 and 2. but we'll see. I have two Veil Summer versus heavy discard decks, 3 Force of Vigor versus artifact decks, 3 Fatal Push for removal, and 1 Inquisition to make me go up to a total of 6 discard spells. So I hope you enjoy this league. We're going to have a good time, and I will see you in there. So stay tuned for match number 1. All right. Hello and welcome to round number 1 of our MTGO League. We won the die roll. We would love to be on the play. And this is like so good, right? Like so good. We have the option here to do a couple things. We can go for turn 2 Phyrexian Crusader, or we can discard them on turn 1. Personally, I'm a fan of playing it a little slower since we are going to play an Infect threat on turn 2 regardless. I am going to discard them. So I'm going to tap, grab a I'm going to grab a Overgrown Tomb. And let's just see what we're playing against, right? I want the information. Okay. So, this is why I like this right here. Turn 1 Aether Vial is key to this deck, and it is now gone. All right, we now know what they have. And they could potentially play... Let's see what they play. Meddling Mage is going to be a problem, right? So they're going to stop us from... Okay, Champion of the Pair. So that's what they drew. We know all 5 cards. All right, so they don't get to choose Phyrexian Crusader. They get to play... let's go ahead and knock this down. They get to play Kitesail Freebooter, probably take our Wild Shape. But next turn we are going to lay down this Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth, and we are going to play Kitesail Freebooter. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we are going to get the Phyrexian Crusader down, which is going to be really, really important. They're going to take one of these, but we're probably going to force them to kill one of their creatures eventually before it's all said and done. And we'll take 2, but then when we play Phyrexian Crusader, they can't attack, you know, which is nice. They can attack with the Kitesail, but they can't attack with they can attack with Kitesail, but they can't attack with the Champion of Cures. Or they can, but they'll get -2/-2. So Wild Shape or Snakeskin is going to go away. So they took Wild Shape because of the trample. It makes sense. Yep, absolutely. They attack. Ooh. We have 4 mana too. Let's go ahead and Thoughtseize them. And nice. Let's take the Imperial Recruiter. Because I don't want them to have the toolbox effect. And then we'll drop this down. And they can play Meddling Mage. That's fine. But they can't attack. Okay, they play the Plains. They play the Champion. And honestly, I think this is going to stay on the ground on straight up defense. So, alright, so they have all the cards in hand. And I have a feeling Phyrexian Crusader is actually about to, like, be on... yeah, okay. It's going to be on blocking duty. And we are going to hit them in the air. Because we win this race, the way it currently stands. I didn't play the land because I want them to think that we have pump spells. Alright, they play Horizon Canopy. They draw a card. Okay, Noble. Doesn't do anything for this particular scenario. I wonder if they're gonna crash in. Okay, so they're trying to take this to a race. Nice. Okay. Okay. So we got Fatal Push here, and now I'm gonna put down the spell so we can. Okay, I want to save that for an emergency. And we're just going to continue in. Drawing Fatal Push was really good here. And like if we draw a big pump spell, then we can actually just get rid. If they continue to attack him with that Kite Sail, then we can get rid of the Noble Hierarch, and then our Phyrexian Crusader's free to crash in for additional point of damage. We draw another card. We're not in terrible shape here, but we're also in like some pretty rough territory, actually. Okay, here's what I think is going to happen. I think what's going to happen is we're going to end up killing the Meddling Mage, and then deflecting this. Oh, never mind. He can't even target that. All right. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And let's see what he decided, or what they decide to do here. Sure. All right. Okay, so we're just going to keep that there. Give me a pump spell. Okay. I think we have the win here. If I'm calculating this correctly, we can activate the Ink Moth. They can't block it, and then we're going to get 4, 5, or actually all we got to do is attack with. All we have to do is attack with the Phyrexian Crusader, because that'll be +4, 5, 6, and then we can leave. Yeah, okay, we win here. But let's just do it slowly. Can't block, can't block, can't block, can't block. And yeah. And that takes him to 10. All right, we got there. Nice. All right. So this is why I love this deck. All right. For sideboard, we want the 3 Fatal Push. We want to go up to 4 Fatal Push. I'm going to get rid of the Thoughtseize because we can pretty much take whatever we want. And then let's get rid of 1 Scale Up. That way, oh, and let's get the 4th Inquisition in here. And we'll get rid of... what do I want to get rid of? It is tough making these cuts. What do we want to get rid of? You know what? Let's get rid of 1 Might of Oakers and let's thin out what we can choose because of Meddling Mage. But like, see, like Inquisition taking that Aether Vial was so good there. We're probably still going to lose this match because I'm going to punt somewhere along the line, but this hand's pretty good. I mean, we just need a land, right? But we have a turn 1 Inquisition. So let's keep it and let's see what happens. But like 2 Phyrexian Crusaders would be really good. Aether Vial, of course. Let's go ahead and grab the Overgrown Tomb. And let's discard them on turn 1. Alright, so they're going to get kind of aggro on us. Mantis Rider will be a problem before this is said and done, but not a problem, not a problem. This is going to be a little bit of a problem. kind of want to take this Meddling Mage, since we have 2 Phyrexian Crusaders, and they are on the ground, so the champion will be kind of irrelevant. Yeah, we're going to get rid of the Meddling Mage. They're probably going to play that. Alright, so Ancient Ziggurat's gone. Thalia's Lieutenant, sure. And then put the creature, sure. Should that have been done the other way around? Okay, that was a good draw. Get the Plague Stinger out on the board. Because next turn, I mean, we could Fatal Push plus kill that. So if they draw a land here, then we're a little... Okay, so no lands? Okay, cool. So they have 2 3s and they have to wait for... Yeah, I got nothing for that. Another Aether Vial. Okay, sure. Oh, do we just win here? Do we just win? I think we just win. So we will do... Cast. And, yeah, I think we just won. Yeah, we won. All right, cool. So we won match number 1. We will be back with match number 2 in just a second. All right. All right. Hello, and welcome to match number 2 of this Black-Green Golgari Infect League. We won the die roll. We would love to play first. And let's see what this hand's all about whenever it decides to load. Okay, so here we have no Infect threat, and no Infect threats are unfortunately mulligans, so we will send it back. This hand is better. We have a couple protection spells. We can't use it until 3 mana. We are going to go down to 6 cards. So I'm going to keep the hand, but I'm going to ditch this Urborg. And we will just play a Misty and grab an Overgrown Tomb. It's a small thing, but I want to save the Verdant for if I need to fetch a Swamp or a Forest, and I know I'm going to fetch a Tomb off the Misty, so small optimization to play the Misty first. So, let's go ahead, let's crack this. Let's grab an Overgrown Tomb. I do not want it to play tapped. Now, best draw. Okay, alright, cool. We need another land, though. Alright, let's just do it. Let's just drop this Plague Stinger and see how far it gets. You know what? What do I want to grab here? I'm thinking an Overgrown Tomb just to have it, because black and green pip, so obviously we're super weak to Blood Moon here, but I don't foresee it being a Blood Moon. And I'm just going to 6 and we'll see what happens. So they'll fetch in response. Let's see. Okay, cool. Oh, nice. It's the Triumph deck. Okay. It's Teamer, so we just got to watch out for... I'm not against next turn scaling up and Snakeskin Veiling to protect it. Not above that at all. Alright, Prismatic Ending. Okay. Alright, so we did not draw what we needed to, but we can discard them. Nice. Okay, cool. So, obviously the pick here is going to be Teferi. Because Teferi is just a broken card, and then we also stop. They don't have a white card to pitch to Solitude, so we'll get rid of Teferi. Missing that land drop there, big deal, real big deal. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten rid of the Urborg, but we'll see. So Abundant Growth is out of the hand, and they played a Hallowed Fountain. So we know 3 of the cards because Yorion is. Yeah. All right, this is good enough. It's a threat. We'll see what happens. Expressive iteration, sure. This is not looking good for us. We missed a really big tempo swing on our end, which is a little unfortunate. But if we draw a land next turn, then we can simply just attack, then play Phyrexian Crusader, and then save these for the following turns, making them hold up Flusterstorm. That's probably going to be our bet. But, like, missing that land drop was a big deal. Very, very unfortunate. And as you see, they're holding up okay, Prismatic Ending. Let's go ahead and make them burn through their Flusterstorm. Sure. All right, we knew that was coming. That's good to get out of the hand. So we know they have a Solitude in hand. All right, second Prismatic Ending hitting us pretty hard. Nice. All right, perfect. We'll grab a Forest. Crusader down. All right, pro white. So we have 6 Infect coming in next turn. I've been seeing a lot of these like full art, full incredible decks lately. I don't know what's up with that. The God token isn't even out yet, so either like the rental accounts are going crazy, giving people like super good cards, or Time Warp. Okay. 5 mana to Time Warp. They have a Bolt in hand. Pro white, very happy to have it. I'm actually like kind of wondering how much we even care about this. Actually, I got expressive area. Like, I feel like we have to kill, unless we can kill right now, we have to kill that Teferi. I mean, that Teferi will be, or we could take him to 6 Infect. We have a decision now. We have to decide if we're killing this Teferi or not. I'm worried about, like, yeah, alright. It's probably not best practice here, but we are going to go ahead and we're going to kill that Teferi. Just so we can hopefully kill next turn and be able to protect. I don't want some middle of the pack problem, like Echoing Truth or something, you know, or some sorcery that they can bounce at instant speed. I don't really know what they run, but we have an extra Infect threat now in Inkmoth Nexus, so that's really good. They're dirtling, but we gotta kill soon. I think I should have hit them, because then it would have been 2, 6, and then next turn 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe I should have hit them, but especially, okay, that's fine. I don't care about that. Sure, Flooded Strand, sure. All right. Going for the kill. Nice, we got there. All right. This just shows the power of Phyrexian Crusader, man. Card is so good. All right, so we are versus one of these like super control decks. So we want Veil of Summer. We want Inquisition of Kozilek. We want kitchen. Well, no, they do a lot of exiling, not necessarily. So we want these 3 cards at least. To get rid of, I don't really want Fatal Push. A card's not exactly what I want. I want to get rid of 1 Scale Up and potentially 1 Might of Old Croza. I like to cut, you know, please excuse my dog for barking, but the evil mailman has come to grace us with their presence. So I like to cut 1 Might of Old Croza, 1 Scale Up, just to keep my discard package intact, and then give protection against all these counter spells. So we'll see if this is good or not. They're on the play. Alright, so this hand's a keep. We have our Inkmoth Nexus. Probably the best card we have. Sure, Abundant Growth, sure. We need a discard spell. No, right on time. Alright. Let's discard them, find out what they have. Oh, nice. A lot of lands. Get rid of the Expressive, get rid of the Nomad. Alright. Taking that away is really, really good. They play Windswept Teeth. We know they have a Solitude in hand. Nice. We're going to discard them again. Get rid of the Solitude or whatever else they drew. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that because maybe they're going to counter this. Oh, again, 4 lands, and we're going to discard the Solitude. Okay. So next turn we can begin crashing in a little bit, at least for 1. We'll start chipping. Oh, okay, cool. They put Yorion in hand. Ooh. My gut's telling me we just go ahead and play this Phyrexian Crusader. Like, they don't have a ton of answers to it. And we have 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, let's put down the Forest. And let's just go ahead and start fetching Forest out of the deck. And we will crash in for 3, because then next turn with this we have the win. So let's just go ahead and get that. They got the Misty out of hand too. And they are at 3 Infect. That's good for us. Hopefully we can put a +1/+1 counter with the... okay. Alright. Teferi. Yorion. Nice. Okay. Again, I think we have the win here. I'm pretty sure we have the win. If I'm calculating this correct, because we have 3 + 7, and we have the 3 green mana to do it, and 7, that +10. So we do have to worry about Force of Negation. That is the card. Oh, wow. Okay. That's even way better. So 6, and then we will simply put a +1/+1 counter on it, and that gives us 10 Infect. So we won this match too. Again, you can just see how clear Phyrexian Crusader, how powerful it is. Just such a good card, does everything we want it to do. So we're 2-0 in this league, and we are heading into match number 3. So stay tuned. Okay, welcome to round number 3 of our Golgari Infect League. We are on the play again. Very nice. We've been on the play quite a bit. It's always great on Infect when you're on the play. So we'll see what we get here. Waiting on our opponent to decide what it is exactly they want to do. If we had a this hand would be great if we had a green source. Or, anything. But we don't, so this is a clear mulligan. We have Plague Stinger. We have a turn 3 kill here. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. So we're going to keep it, and we're going to drop a Might. So because we already have a Might. So because we're on the play, we could potentially have a turn 3 kill here. We're just going to drop a Forest. And we'll 6. We could have dropped the Peatland, but I don't want to give away that we're 2 colors yet. And we're versus blue-white. Okay. Okay. I think we're going to go for a turn 3 kill here, I think. Turn 4 kill, because I'm really not interested in dropping this Plague Stinger and having it just be prismatic ended, which is what I'm pretty sure is going to happen. Wait, which decks use Kathira? Or what was it? Kahira? What decks use Kahira? I don't know the answer to that question. So here's our question. Do we drop this Plague Stinger now, potentially win next turn? What's the chances they have prismatic ending? Each creature card in your deck, a cat, elemental, nightmare, a dinosaur, a beast. I don't know. You know what? We're 2-0. Let's YOLO it. This is going to be a good case study as determine, like, should we have waited? Should we have not? What is the chances of them having prismatic ending? And here we go. Because if they don't, we win. If they don't, we 100% win because we have Wild Shape too. Which actually no, we don't, because Wild Shape would make it a 3. So non-bow between Scale Up and Wild Shape here. They're Bant. Yep, prismatic ending. Yep. Okay, so we kind of figured that they would have that, and they did. Let's go ahead and drop this Ignoble Hierarch. And we need a threat, so we're going to draw a card on their end step. 4 color. What deck are they? Teferi, Time Reveler. Because I'm killing that Teferi. I am 100% killing that Teferi next turn, so they can... Yeah, that's actually really, really good for us, because we completely nullified their Teferi. That's perfect. That's perfect. So we're going to give it +4/+4. If they force a negation this, it would be so good if they did. And then we are going to attack Teferi, killing their Teferi. And we're going to drop this Ink Moth. We'll draw a card on end step, hopefully get another 4. So the good news is that we nullified a Teferi. I mean, that's pretty good. All right, they put Kahira in their hand. All right. Okay. I don't hate it. We're going to try to get in for 7 here. Nice, it worked. And then we'll just drop the elf, and we'll go from there. We've loaded the board with threats, and we'll see what happens. We're presenting lethal. Muldrifter. Okay, sure. Oh, Fury. Okay. We got nothing to do here. Fury was really good on their part. Okay. Sure. Okay. Fury's really good versus us. Okay. Did not activate it? Let's hope they forget to activate their Teferi. That'd be like, that'd be really good. No, okay. Let's thin our deck out. Really bad draw. 2 bad draws in a row here. 2 bad draws. Yep. Alright, we're going to take 6 here. Oh, nice. Fury. Yeah. Okay. A Phyrexian Crusader would be a really good draw here. They can't truly attack with both, because then we could kill them on the crackback. So we'll see. But they're probably holding a Solitude or something, I'm going to presume. Oh, yeah, they can. They have Vigilance. Right. I probably should block. But I can't cast a Snakeskin. Let's just see what they can do. Oh, okay. Alright, we're going to go ahead and concede this hand. Alright. So, good case study. We probably should have waited. We can get rid of this Fatal Push. We've been doing a lot of this league. We're going to bring in 2 Veil of Summer and the extra discard spell. And we're going to get rid of 1 Might, 1 Scale Up like we have been doing. So now we got these 3 cards. Kitchen Finks, again, they exile, they don't destroy, so it's not that great. So let's see what happens. Hopefully we can discard them. Hopefully we can discard them. Good case study. Very good case study. The fear that I had came to fruition. No Infect threat, so we're gonna mulligan. This hand's good. We need a land. Right? We need a land bad. So we're gonna get rid of this Wild Shape because we're gonna discard them on turn 1. Play this turn 2, and hopefully we draw. We'll drop this on turn 2 because we got 2 Phyrexian Crusaders, which is really good versus all of their white removal. So hopefully this hand will get us there. We will go to 18, and we will discard them so that nothing's a surprise. Nice. Okay, cool. We're gonna get rid of that Teferi for sure. Teferi is a nightmare. They drop the Misty. Alright. We're going to go ahead and drop that Plague Stinger. Windswept, we know about it. Sure, Prismatic Ending. We knew that was coming. Nice. Right on time. It's like we never didn't have it. Okay. Okay. Adds a mana of any color, though, so that's good. Sure. We're okay with that. Alright. We're going to go black, black, 1. Play another Phyrexian Crusader. So we have the win next turn. We'll see what they can do. Fury will be a problem. No. Oh, nice. Furious. Oh, my God. Phyrexian Crusader. So good. So good Phyrexian Crusader is. Oh, geez. Such a good card. They mulliganed a lot there, though, so I don't want to get overconfident. They mulliganed quite a bit. But so far, Phyrexian Crusader. Saving the day. Saving the day. All right. This hand is pretty good. I mean, this hand's pretty good. I have no complaints over it at all. No complaints. I am going to drop that Ignoble first, though. Ignoble Hierarch first. Ignoble Hierarch. That way, if they try to, like, I don't know exactly what they would do, but nice. Okay, that's totally fine. I want to drop this, drop that. Now, I could have played another green source and held up Veil, but I want to hold up Veil for something different if we need it. Oh my geez, they kept a 1-lander. Wow. Alright, our first step is going to be to discard them, so that way we can understand what they're working with. Let's discard them. Oh, nice. Alright, so they have a Fury. Alright. Fury and Fury. So we're going to get rid of the Lightning Helix, so that way they have to discard a Fury to get rid of a Fury. Does that make sense? And we need to be really careful about how we move forward here. So we're not going to blow any pump spells or anything like that. And we're just going to go for 1. They got their second land. And here we go. We're just going to continue with the elf and force them to make a move. We're going to ping away. Good. Now, this will probably force them to use one of their Furies, and we can potentially save one of our Furies, because I think what they're going to try to do is Ephemerate the Fury when it enters the battlefield. I'm going to assume. From blue and black until end of turn. Alright, so Fury, pitching Fury. 4 damage, evolved. They get 2 and 2. 2 and 2. Do we save it? I don't think we save it. I want them to Ephemerate now. Wow, they didn't. Okay. So they must have drawn another white card. They could Solitude this. Go to 6. I don't think Veil of Summer is very good here. If they end up playing anything, I think we're going to have to just use it to cycle. I'm kind of feeling like firing up both of these because we have 2, 3, 4, and they have 1 Solitude. So unless they have 2 removal spells, take them to 9. They had a prismatic ending. That's bad. And then they're going to a Pheramate. Yep. Ah, that's tough. That's tough. Yeah, they drew another white card. All right. So they drew another white card. Probably should have only done 1 then, if that was the case. But either way, they would have gotten 2 things. So a little bit of a misplay, and Veil of Summer is not very good here. I'm not liking our Veil of Summer spot. So we know they have 2 Maul Drifters in hand. Oof, 3. 3. Oh, geez, a 3 for 1. They got away with that, didn't they? They got away with that. But we're not dead yet by any means. We are not dead yet. If they cast this, we're just going to cycle. If they play Maul Drifter, we will just cycle. That was a big punt on my end. Big punt. They had to have drawn another white card, which I should have assumed that they had drawn another white card. So that's my fault there. We'll see what they do. All right. With that on the stack, I'm just going to go ahead and cycle. Wild Shape. Ah, that would have been nice. Last turn. I'm just going to go ahead and crack and get it out of here. Okay. Yep, absolutely. Okay, we're at 12. We know one of the Maul Drifters is gone. We know they have a Maul Drifter. Sure. Okay, plenty of pump. They start laying haymakers. Is this, if this is Omnath, we're gonna, okay. All right, not quite what we're looking for. Not quite what we're looking for. All right, What are they doing now? Okay, they put here in their hand. And they played here. Alright, so we're going to 7, and I believe this spells our death. So we punted pretty hard, but you know we didn't draw anyway. So thanks for tuning in for this round. We're now 2-1. We will be back with round number 4 in just a second. All right, hello, welcome back to round number 4 of our Golgari Infect League. We're on the play again, which is really nice. And this hand, we're of course on Golgari Infect, and this hand's pretty good. I like it a lot, so we're gonna keep it. I am gonna play the Wooded Foothills because I know I'm gonna get an Overgrown Tomb. All right, and we will pass the turn, waiting for our opponent to make a move. Sorry, excuse me. Alright, so it looks like we got an island here. We're going to go ahead, we're going to drop this Overgrown Tomb, and we're just going to drop a Plague Stinger is my plan here. Ink Moth Plague Stinger is like the equivalent to Ink Moth Blighted Agent, which always is like one of the best plays ever. It's equivalent. It's not the same, but close. And Spell Snare here is a concern, but I'm going to assume that they don't have Spell Snare. Consider. Okay. Sorry, in the meantime, I got a cup of coffee, so bear with me here. All right. What did they do with that? Did they put that on top of their library? Okay. What is it? Look at the top card of your library. You may put that card in your graveyard. They did not. Okay. So they liked the card. Next turn, I'm thinking about going in for potentially 7. Counterspell is probably the thing I'm worried about the most. But if they play a second land and then we Might of Old Kroza and then they counterspell, we'll play the land, we'll play the Might of Old Kroza, then we'll attack. If they counterspell the Might of Old Kroza, then we'll just fire up the Ink Moth and get in for 2. It's going to be the plan of action here. All right. So we're going to go ahead. Oh, okay. We're going to do this over multiple turns, though. We're not going to rush it. We are going to go ahead, though, and I don't want them to fetch before us, so we are going to take 2. We're going to go ahead and we're going to drop the Might here. And then we'll potentially make it a 3-3, a 1-3 with Hexproof, so we're looking at 5 either way. Okay. Of course, we play smart. We don't open up to anything crazy. If they take 5 off this, that's great, and then they spend resources killing the Plague Stinger, that's great because we have the Ink Moth with lethal and protection next turn. So really what they do here is going to matter a lot. What they do here matters. And they took the 5. Okay, cool. So we don't really care about this Plague Stinger anymore. I mean, we do, right? But we don't at the same time. We really, really don't. Okay, so they milled themselves. So they're blue-green. Okay. What are they? Okay. Blue-black land. Okay. Like a Sultai type deck. Misty. Okay. Okay, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. So let's start off with a Thoughtseize, and let's find out what they're working with. Quite possibly the best draw in the deck in this scenario. Let's see what they're working with. Aha, an Assassin's Trophy and an Icefang Coatl. Huh. So, play. That is going to stop us, actually. believe it or not. It is going to stop us. But I don't want this having... yeah, we're going to cut that. Because we win that way. So... they should have played that. Because we still have a land drop. Right. Okay. Da. We have a land drop. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get said land drop. So they can try to Assassin's Trophy us now. Right? But we'll just make it a 1/3 with hexproof. And we are going to just fire up the Might of Old Kroza. And they are going to... okay. Here comes the Assassin's Trophy. Incoming Assassin's Trophy. Incoming 1/3 turtle with hexproof. And we got there. All right. So, I like kind of messed up a little bit on like what I was thinking there. I wasn't 100% sure. I really don't know what they are fully. Like a snow deck for sure. So I kind of want the Inquisition and the 2 Veils. And I'm going to continue down the path that I have been this entire time. And that's getting rid of 1 scale up, 1 might. And we need to cut 1 more card. I kind of want the Fatal Push for... let's get rid of 1 Vines. I don't know if that's correct or not. I'm iffy on that decision. I don't know. But I like having access to 6 discard versus this, plus Veil. I really like Veil. Or am I relying too much on Veil? Cast a blue or black spell this turn. They were blue and black. Let's just see. The one-time Phyrexian Creator is not going to be overly good as versus black spells, so we'll see. We will see what happens. I'm a little unconfident. I don't know how many Fatal Pushes I want. We did see Goyf, and Goyf's a really, really good card, but again, we're on a plan. We need to stick with the plan. And Goyf can really block a Phyrexian Crusader, which is a little unfortunate for us. It's not like one of these things where it gets through for free, so Plague Stinger, Ink Moth are really, really going to be important for us. Throughout this league, we haven't seen much access with such a lot of damage with Glistener Elf yet. Like that's the one that's been like kind of underperforming. Like part of me wants to add in this deck a little bit like an Eager Claw Mirror or 2, and have like a Necropede in the sideboard, just as like additional threats. And sometimes Necropede can kill. It can kill a 2/2. It can finish. You know, you pump it, it can kill. And then it dies. It can kill anything. So I don't know. That sentence didn't make too much sense, but you get the idea. Okay, this hand's really good. Yeah, this hand's just good. We're just gonna keep it. We got protection. We got a creature. We got protection. We got discard. So I'm still going to lead off with discard. I know we could potentially get a Glistener Elf down, but or should I? This is the toughness that comes with this deck half the time, is deciding what to do on turn 1. I don't want them to get down an Ice-Fang Coatl on turn 2. I don't want that. Okay, so we're getting Inquisition. So they may make the decision for us. They're taking one of our turn 1 plays. So that's something they clarified our play for us, which is sometimes kind of nice. All right, let's see what happens here. All right, they took the Inquisition. So nice, perfect, right on time. I am going to grab an Overgrown Tomb here because they have Assassin's Trophy in their deck, and I want to be able to fetch up items or lands. So we're going to get a Glistener Elf down, and we'll see where that leads us. We do have the Plague Stinger and an Ink Moth, so we're threat heavy, which is nice. Fatal Push, that's fine. That is totally fine. We are totally cool with that. Let's drop down the Plague Stinger. And then next turn, we could potentially get in for 7 points of Infect. Potentially. Yeah. Yeah, do it. Assassin's Trophy is. Yes, perfect. Alright, I do want to go ahead and grab a forest because we have a lot of green. But that kind of puts them... Oh, perfect. Even better. Okay, again, we're going to fetch up another Overgrown Tomb. Yes. Play this. Activate this. Scale up. And we're getting in for 7 points of Infect. All right, 7 points of Infect. And we could have potentially just done the one and then saved mana to activate and Snakeskin Veil, because another Assassin's Trophy here would be pretty bad. And if that's what's going to happen, I'm going to get really sad. Okay, nice. All right, so I think we would just win here. If I'm not mistaken, we just win. Unless they play a land and then we were worried about Fatal Push, but we win through a Fatal Push here. And we won the match. So, nice. So we're 3-2 in this league now. So we are 3 wins, 1 loss. So next match is going to be the rubber match. So let's have some fun with it. And we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Round number 5. We are on the play again. I think we've been on the play every single match this league. So we should be thanking the high heavens for that. Of course, this is round 5 of our Golgari League. We do not have an Infect threat, so this is a mulligan, unfortunately. Inkmoth Nexus would have been really good, but also, you know what also is really, really good? Phyrexian Crusader, Plague Stinger, and Inkmoth. So we're 100% keeping that, and we're going to ditch that Vines. And we're on the play. So we're going to play this Misty to grab an Overgrown Tomb. I can't stress enough, if you're an Infect player and you're relatively new to the deck or whatever, save your Verdants, right? Save the Verdants for potentially a Swamp, because in blue-green Infect, everything you search for will be a forest, so it doesn't matter what your fetch choices are. But in Golgari Infect, it actually does matter, so you want to make sure that you play your Misties. Anytime you're going to search an Overgrown Tomb or anything, you want to use your non-Verdant first. And we have more non-Verdants than we do Verdant. So our opponent also mulligans to 6 cards, which is really good for us. You know, unless they're like some kind of combo deck, and then we're potentially in trouble. But all right, so our opponent, let me close this door. I apologize for the loud noise in the background. So what happens when you have a washing machine from the 80s. Okay. And they match us, Misty Rainforest for Misty Rainforest. So let's go ahead and let's get this Overgrown Tomb into play tapped, and then we will play our threat. Okay, nice. So this Plague Stinger is just a lightning rod. It is just a lightning rod. I mean, if it works out for anything more than that, that's phenomenal. But this Plague Stinger is acting as a potential discard spell on their end. That's how I like to view sometimes like my second Infect threat when I play it with the Inkmoth Nexus and I tap out. I think like, okay, oh nice, okay, so they're going to be like a Phoenix type deck or something, a Blitz type deck. So incoming Crusader is going to be real good. Cycling, okay. Oh snap! You know what we're up against? Oh snap! Probably like a Living End type deck. That's cool. That is super cool. Fury. Okay. Sure. Are they going to Pheramate it? Just buying time, I guess? Huh. That's interesting that they did that. And that's throwing me for that's throwing me for a little bit of a loop here. They don't have like, unless they're trying to cascade next turn, right? I mean, if they're trying to, you know what? You know what I don't like? I don't like, it smells funny. There. Good. Violent outburst. Good, 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 good. So, yeah, it smelled funny to me. You know, it felt weird, so I'm glad we did that. And we're going to swing in for 1. Okay. I thought that smelled weird. You know, it didn't feel right. And this is where not having endurance is going to bite us. This is where I kind of wish that I had endurance at this point. But we could at least get Fury out of their graveyard with Surgical Extraction or something. So the island's gone. They have 1 card. Let's just go ahead and get the Phyrexian Crusader down. So that way we can... And then if they Violent Outburst or whatever, then we can win the next turn. We'll see. This is a potential win next turn because we have 4, 8, plus 9. If we draw a land, we have protection. I mean, they're always like... They had 2 draw steps to do it, right? So we got to ask ourselves, what's the possibility that they... And they have 2 cards in hand. So we have to... Is Violent Outburst an instant? It is. So we have to ask ourselves, what's our chance of getting screwed here? But this is a good one to start with. I'm probably playing a little too conservatively here. But the fact that they're pausing like this makes me assume they potentially have a Violent Outburst, so I'm actually not going to go full scale in. I could just be giving them more draw steps. We know they have a Misty and 2 random cards. Force a Negation. Okay. So let's just hit them for 6. Alright, they're at 7. That was just as fine. Alright, so we now know no cards in hand. They have two random draws. We're just going to go for the kill here with Might of Volcroza. Actually, we should probably do Snakeskin Veil since we know that they don't target. And they have protection from red, so we're not worried about a Fury. Subtlety. When Subtlety enters the battlefield, choose up to 1 target creature spell or planeswalker spell puts it... Okay. So we are for sure going to... we're going to Snakeskin Veil. Oh, 1 target spell. Okay. Alright, we're just going to Snakeskin Veil here. Because it has first strike, so... Okay. And I'm keeping the Plague Stinger back in case a Violent Outburst happens. Okay. So we have lethal next turn. I thought the Subtlety was actually something on the battlefield, but it's not. Okay. Does this have flying? Does Subtlety have flying? It does have flying. That's unfortunate. Oh, and we got there. Nice. Okay, that was like really interesting. I never know fully how to play against these type of decks. Like I'm very unsure. Um, we want the Inquisitions because we don't want them. Or sorry, we want the Surgicals. We want the Inquisitions. Grafdigger's Cage doesn't work against Living End, so we don't want that. I don't think there's anything else here we want. And I kind of want to keep super fast hands, and Vines of Vastwood and Wild Shape are really slow. So we're going to cut those three. And we'll go up to 6 discard spells main deck. So hopefully we can discard them. And then have another Phyrexian Crusader is going to be the plan. Because Fury is a bit of a problem. Like, Fury is a bit of a problem. And they kind of, like, used that Fury too early. That was kind of one of their faults there. They used it way too early. So we'll see. They could have easily got a 2-for-1. But then again, they can't target Phyrexian Crusader with it. I kind of want Veils for subtlety. Don't I? Don't I? Yeah. Let's try that. Let's try that. Also, what's the text on Living End? How does Living End technically work? Like, what... Does it say target opponent? Like, can I don't know exactly how that works. We'll see. This is just for subtlety at the moment. That Inquisition was, like, so good getting rid of that Violent Outburst. So hopefully we can do more of it. I actually just bought this style of Inquisition for my paper Golgari deck. It's a lot of fun. It looks so cool. All right. This hand's not bad. It's not bad. It's land heavy, right? But we are on the draw. But it's also like recurrent enough to where we don't lose to we don't just lose to Living End. So I don't hate it. I'm looking at this hand thinking, like, I don't quite know how to feel about it. Like, I have a feeling it may be too slow, but hopefully Inquisition will slow them down. We're halfway there on turn 3, so we potentially have a turn 4 win. We are going to discard them on turn 1. Or sorry, we're going to discard them on turn 2. Simply because unless we draw something that I don't know. I'm so, like, unsure about this style of deck. Like, I'm very inexperienced versus Living End style decks. We're going to discard them on turn 1 because we have the potential to draw a Plague Stinger or something. So, a third one. All right. I don't hate that. I don't hate it. And let's just see what they're working with. Let's see what they got. All right. So, they got 2 of them. All right. They can cast both. I don't want them to have the ability to do it as an instant, though. So I want them to force to do it on their own turn. All right, we know that's out. Oh, nice. That's perfect timing. All right. So we're going to discard them again. Probably going to cycle some cards. That's good for us. Okay. I wouldn't have chosen that anyway. They were totally safe to keep that. I don't think that's a good idea because now they're giving us additional shots at picking something that might be better. Because, like, what I don't want them to have is to be able to do it on instant speed. So, like, Violent Outbursts is the problem, not necessarily Charlotte's Agent because I have Ink Moth Nexus. So, and they Force a Negation did, huh? Force a Negation. Discarding Force a Negation. Wow, so they drew 2 Force a Negations off that? What? Wow. Okay. All right. If they, that's gonna be bad for us. Like the fact that they drew into double force negation, that's pretty crazy. Kind of unlikely, but it happened. No land from their end. I want to get in for... You know what? I want to get in for 2. I know I'm going to potentially lose, but I want to be able to block. I want them to have to block with this. And I want to be able to kill it. So, let's get in for 2. Because they're, you know, as soon as they draw a land, they're going to Charlotte's Agent, and then they're going to have that Curator, and that Curator is going to be a bit of a problem. 2 damage to target creature. Okay, that's fine. Not great, but it's fine. So man, they really drew into stuff, right? I mean, 2 force negations and a dead gone. That's pretty good. They're missing land drops though. Give me a scale up. No scale up. We're gonna drop another one. And we're just gonna hit them. I want 6 in. Don't tell me they have another removal spell. Don't tell me they have another one. All right. Brazen Borrower? Okay. I don't know if that was the right thing, right? Return target non-land permanent. Okay. And I'm actually not going to play it again because if they draw a land, I don't want it to go away. Because then I can Pendlehaven. No land again. So they can't even cast that. Ooh, that's good for after they play that Violent Outburst. I'm so confused right now. Okay, that's fine too. Because like this would just go away with the... Okay, what did they... Another Brazen Borrower. Man, they are really drawing into some gas, but no lands. I'll put that on the bottom. Sure. Okay, so we know the last card in hand. And we're going to hit them for 7. Okay. So they're at 7 Infect. So even if... Now, this is good for us. 7 is a really good number because we have the lands and all we need is a +2, right? All we need is a +2 spell because even if they Violent Outburst or whatever... Oh, they just gave us the go-ahead? They just gave us the win? I think they just gave us the win, right? If 1, 2, 3, right? Unless they have like a Fury? So Fury would... No, because they need a red card, right? Fury requires a red card. Let's grab it. I don't think we're going to have a better opportunity to go for this win here. Okay, yeah. They just... And... 4-1. All right, so we did 4-1 with Golgari Infect. I really hope you enjoyed this video. As a reminder, we are sponsored by Card Hoarder, the Magic Online Society is. So go to cardhoarder.com for all of your MTGO needs. And thanks for tuning in. I really, really hope that you enjoyed it. And Yeah. All right. Have a good one. All right. Bye-bye.